You know what would really warm the cockles of my heart, Kim?
What is that, Moot?
If we got a rating and review on ratethispodcast.com/mom.
That's all that would warm the cockles of your heart?
That's all it takes. It's a warm, fuzzy review.
You heard it here, folks. Please leave us a review at ratethispodcast.com/mom.
You were listening to a Pleasure Podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
If I don't feel the fireworks from the kiss, I know that there will be fireworks in my pants if we need to go through the wallpaper and everything.
Wait, I got to write that down somewhere.
What?
Fireworks in my pants.
It's uncomfortable to talk about sex, but sometimes it's important to get uncomfortable. Sex Talk with My Mom is the best mom-son podcast about sex.
It's the only one as well.
My mother is a cougar.
My son is a clown.
In a nutshell, my dad died, so my mother decided to create a YouTube channel all about sex, like all mothers do.
And then my son decides to use my material in his stand-up comedy routines.
And thus, Sex Talk with My Mom was born. Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter, you little sneaky freaks.
My proud mother who is grateful that I am alive right now.
Oh, do we have a story for you guys?
My friends, I made it back from my trip to Mexico. Thank you for bearing with our week off. I almost didn't make it back from the trip to Mexico.
And you had other harrowing experiences every time you go overseas. Maybe you
What
should
do you mean?
stay. Well, remember what happened with you when you were in Korea?
Oh, and fucking Trump was inciting a war with fucking North Korea?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was fun. I happened to be there that night.
I know. Maybe it's you. Maybe
What do
you
you
should
mean,
not.
me?
Maybe you should not go out of the country. Stay on the homeland right now.
Do you have anything to say to the sneaky freaks before we launch into the story?
Sneaky freaks, happy fucking 4th of July.
We hope it was a freaky-ass fucking 4th. Before we jump in, we need to lube it up. And that brings us to our segment of
Lube It Up.
Presented by Uberlube.
Our favorite lube.
That's absolutely right. So these are just some questions that I was going to ask you to help us get us in the mood.
Stimulate the conversation.
Mother,
Yes.
if you can be in any TV show for 5 minutes, what TV show would you choose?
So I'm going to assume it's a current day TV show, not one from the past. And I'm going to say Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Why do you want to be in Curb?
Well, because I can't memorize lines.
Oh, that's
And
good.
and that way it's a comedy, which I love.
Yeah.
And it's an irreverent comedy, which I love even more.
Yes.
And I think it'd be fun to play a character on there that I can just riff off of.
Is this because you have a thing for Larry David?
I do not have a thing for Larry David.
You don't think he's a sexy mama?
No, but I respect his comedy, and I like Ted Danson and Jeff Garland. And yeah, I definitely could be on that show.
Okay.
And what about you?
I know this sounds a little strange, but I'm going to go with the Lizzie McGuire show.
What?
Yes.
Why?
Fulfill my fantasies of meeting and seducing Hillary Duff.
You did have a big thing for her at one point.
I don't see why that never happened.
Well, I could have been on Here Come the Brides and been the way about Bobby Sherman, but
Well,
I
you didn't choose that.
No, because you can't do old shows. You're supposed to be new shows.
Okay, well, now it's Lube It Up, Mother, presented by our fucking favorite lubricant. No, I'm not talking about WD-40. I'm talking about
Uber Lube to save the day.
Uberlube, a high-grade, luxurious, body-friendly silicone lubricant.
Now you might ask yourself, why would I need lube? Because wetter is better.
I just got a text from a friend who I turned on to Uberlube, and she said, Uberlube is so amazing. I'm truly impressed. It solved my lifelong post-weed dry mouth blowjob problem. LOL.
That is fucking hilarious.
Uberlube saves the day yet again.
And what I also love is that it's odorless and tasteless.
None of this gunky stuff that you put on your body that you immediately want to get off.
And if you're using condoms, lube also makes it less likely that it'll break or fall off, therefore increasing your protection against STDs and HIV.
It's a phenomenal ingredient for my masturbation.
I use it when I go to the gym. When I'm sitting on that exercise bike, I just don't want any kind of irritation, from the seat onto the vulva area.
That's very smart, Mom.
Thank you.
This is the go-to for dermatologists because it's extremely kind to all of your intimate parts. It keeps that pH balanced.
For women that are in my age group, there's that menopausal dryness that happens. It really helps for that. And you shouldn't have any pain or discomfort during sex. You just slide away. And of course, it's perfect for vaginal, oral, or anal sex.
If you want better sex and feel that nice, beautiful, thin layer that allows for that slide, get 10% off and free shipping by using our code MOM at uberlube.com. That's MOM at uberlube.com.
Moving right along, we had a near-death experience. I don't know how to put it gently, but we almost lost them, folks.
We almost lost them.
I say that laughing now, but I really had some serious anxious, anxiety-provoking feelings.
You were anxious. Okay, so I went to Mexico for a wedding. I decided I wanted to go early because I wanted to see what it would be like to live on my own in a foreign country and test out whether I would be able to do that for a longer period of time, say like 3 months in Argentina. That was the goal. Okay?
Right.
This is a test.
And I think I would like to say something.
What?
I think you failed your test. Okay? I don't mean to be mean, but I think you should hang it up.
Well, first of all, I will say this trip was not just about coming close to death. There was also a whole love story that took place on this trip.
It's a tragedy and a comedy.
It was not a comedy.
And a love story all at once.
Why is it a comedy?
It's a comedy.
I'll just start from the top.
Okay.
I get in on my own, having a wonderful time over there. You freaked me out so much that I'm trying to avoid every goddamn food possible.
And apparently I didn't freak you out enough.
I was not eating any sorts of vegetables, fucking salsas, God knows, anything that could possibly touch water that was not in a bottle, I was not eating.
Right. And if you're not of Mexican origin, or probably this occurs in other climates as well, but I know Mexico's close to us, so it happens more often. If you don't have the digestive system for some of the parasites and other...
The parasites?
There's some parasites in the foods and stuff that normally the people that are indigenous to the land don't feel any effects from. But if you're coming out there like a little wussy boy from...
Excuse me?
You're coming out from wussy boy from California. You don't know that your digestive system doesn't handle this well.
Okay, well, I was aware that this was the case. I was being very, very cautious.
And you blame this on me for making you cautious.
Yeah, I was missing out on a lot of delightful sauces and shit like that. But
okay, you should also know that after you heard this story, you should thank me for being cautious.
Okay. But it doesn't start with that, okay? So I get there. I am just enjoying myself. I'm going to different, cultural sites. I went to a park and was taking videos of there are fuckloads of dogs in this park. Unbelievable.
It was a dog party, a Dr. Seuss dog party.
It was a serious dog party. And I see there's someone who's walking her cat on a leash.
Okay.
So I asked her if I could take a video of the cat.
Immediate attraction because someone's doing something odd.
I was pushing myself, trying to test out, am I going to be able to meet people if I go abroad? Am I going to be just completely isolated in my own little world?
I actually am impressed by all this.
Thank you.
The fact that you go out on your own someplace, don't know really the language that well.
This is the type of support I'm looking for. Wait, I know the fucking language.
You're always saying,
I don't know it that well.
You're always like poquito.
I know it enough.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Here I was thinking that you're giving me a compliment. Next thing you know, I listened to what you said.
It's not as comfortable speaking Spanish as English.
Okay, that's true. Okay, so I meet this person. She turns out to be an adorable woman who lives in Mexico City. And we hit it off.
You had a little crush.
I had a big crush. So we chatted. I invited her to go on a date with me the following night.
Impressive.
And we had just a remarkable date.
Wait, when you say date, you were walking around the park together?
No, we went to dinner together.
We
did what? We walked her dog.
Nice.
As well. It was a very sweet experience. It ended with a delightful kiss. It was phenomenal.
A delightful kiss.
Yes. And we intended...
Who says that? Delightful kiss.
It was a delightful kiss.
A delightful kiss. You normally don't even like kissing.
I know that. I will get to that because I want to discuss what makes a good kiss because this was out of this world. I didn't understand what had just happened. Anyway, so the following night we were intending to hang out again. But it just so happened that earlier that day, two of my friends joined me in Mexico City later on. And I went to lunch with them and we ate a delicious meal of chicken mole. 2 of us did. The
Okay.
third did not.
So mole is a cooked.
It's a cooked dish. I thought I was in
cooked
the
sauce.
clear.
Yeah.
It's a cooked sauce with about 50 different ingredients.
Yeah, but usually anything cooked is okay. It's
Totally.
a raw vegetable.
So this is what I'm thinking. And it's a super nice restaurant.
Oh, okay.
I'm slurping this shit up. I was loving it. Then I go on the date, have the kiss. I'm intending to hang out the next night. Unfortunately, in the morning, I realize my stomach is not doing too well. And I, by not doing too well,
what does that mean?
I'm shitting uncontrollably. Just complete water coming out of my asshole.
And you're sure it's from the day before, the food?
Yeah. What I discovered later is that the other kid that ate the chicken mole also was shitting piss.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay, so anyway.
It's a very uncomfortable feeling.
Extremely uncomfortable. Still, I'm like, okay, I can handle this.
Is
Just
this
a little diarrhea. I can do that. I'm still planning to get together with this girl later
Yeah,
that
hell
night.
yeah! You just put a cork in that. Wait, did you think of taking anything like Imodium or?
Okay, so yeah, so that morning I went to OXXO, which is their like CVS basically, and everything I needed was behind the cashier, and I was preparing for anything that night, so I had to look up in line how to say condoms in Spanish.
Oh, you're buying condoms.
So I bought.
Wait, why didn't you go down with condoms?
I didn't think I'd even need it.
Well,
I discovered there
you always
that I
need
needed
it. You always need it. You
I-
everywhere you go, you need condoms.
I've had condoms in my apartment for the past 3 years. I think they're expired at this point. I didn't want to bring them there. They'd probably break on me. Okay? Anyway, I'm buying the condones. I asked the cashier, por favor, condones. She goes and grabs it for me, and then I go, y por favor, estómago.
Oh God.
And I point at like this shelf of Pepto-Bismol.
Okay.
And she like slowly gives it to me. And
She's
she's
thinking,
like,
what the fuck are you doing with condoms and Pepto-Bismol? This is
Yes.
a weird combination of things.
she's like, why am I giving this to you? This should not be happening in the same transaction. I buy both of them. And the Pepto-Bismol definitely wins over the condoms. I
I would hope
start
so.
pounding the Pepto-Bismol
And it stopped the whole diarrhea.
for about an hour.
That's it.
And then it was a fucking waterfall. I can't stop shitting. I start vomiting. You know, my doctor friend told me that with each of those bowel movements, you can lose 1 liter of water.
Holy shit.
And dumping water out of me.
You know, that's the thing with dehydration. You have to stay hydrated.
So I end up fainting after one of the bowel movements.
Well, this is the part that freaked the fuck out of me.
I'm in my hotel room alone.
Were you on the toilet when you fainted?
No, I got up to try to and I barely could make it to the sink.
Did you have your pants on?
I think I had my pants on.
Well,
Yeah.
You pulled your pants up. They were smart enough to do that.
I pull my pants up. I'm trying to wash my hands. I faint. And then I realize, I'm in this hotel alone.
Wait, what do you mean you just woke up on the floor?
Well, I was aware that I saw myself go down. And then I
By the way, I've had that happen to me. It is a freakiest fucking feeling.
very freaky.
It's like all of a sudden everything starts turning black on the sides.
Yes.
And you feel like your heart it starts racing like a mile a minute, and then you pee all over yourself.
What?
That's what happened to me. I peed all over myself.
I didn't pee all over myself.
I didn't realize I peed until I felt my pants were all wet.
Ew. All right.
It's
So
involuntary.
am I able to tell the fucking story
All
or
right,
what?
go on.
What, are we going to hear about you pissing your pants all the fucking time? Is this story about you pissing the pants?
I have thought about it just now, and I'm like, that was a terrifying experience going down.
So I went down and I was like, okay, I need to go find someone because I'm alone in this hotel room. I go outside. I'm on a concrete staircase. And next thing you know, I fall again. I faint again on the concrete staircase.
You are so fucking lucky you didn't fall down the staircase.
I wake up. I don't know how long later. It might have been a minute. It could have been 5 seconds. I have no fucking clue. I was holding a bottle of water that had completely dumped out all over me. So I'm drenched in water. I was completely collapsed. It
Are
was
you
this
sure
fucking
that the
disaster.
water was from a cup, or did you pee on yourself?
I didn't pee myself.
Okay, sorry.
It was from the fucking water bottle I was holding.
All
It was
right,
completely crushed.
All right.
And so finally, I'm like feebly calling for help. Someone comes and helps me.
Like, how are you calling?
Help!
Oh my God, it's so scary.
Finally, someone comes from the hotel. This guy's a sweetheart, but also a dipshit.
Oh, what's worse than that?
He's a sweetheart. He's trying to help me out. And I'm like, I think I need some help. And I'm like, something feels my head hurts, and I put my hand against my head, and I'm gushing blood.
Oh my God.
How is he not aware that I'm gushing blood from my head?
Fucking idiot.
So I'm trying to direct him as to what to do. I'm like, first of all, I need some sort of electrolytes, like a Gatorade or water or something, because I'm going to continue to faint. Second of all, by the way, all in Spanish.
Impressive.
Like, please, a doctor. Please give me a doctor. He comes back 5 minutes later, and he's like, okay, our doctor's 2 hours away.
What the fuck?
I was like, our doctor's 2 hours away. I'm going to be dead by the time our doctor comes here.
That is ridiculous.
I'm bleeding from the head.
Oh my
I go,
God.
can you please get me? I need a towel to put my fucking head in my. I'm completely soaked. I'm freezing. I got the fuck.
How did you say it? Say it. How you said it?
I don't remember. At this point, I was.
Servietta?
No, not a serviette. A toalla.
A toalla.
Okay, so I'm sitting there. I'm trying to give him directions. At the same time, I'm like very out of it and loopy. And all I can think of is I'm going to be ditching this girl that night.
I was thinking about that.
And I had a call with a lawyer.
What?
I had a call with a lawyer later on.
Unrelated to you're not suing the hotel or anything.
No. So I send the most deranged message to this lawyer saying, I'm in Mexico, sick, can't meet.
Oh, God. Well, he got the point,
He got the point. And then I sent an audio message because I didn't have the strength to type.
To the girl?
To this girl.
What, does the girl speak English?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. I got really sick. I hit my fucking head. And I think
I'm bleeding.
I think a doctor's coming.
I may not make it till tomorrow.
Yeah. And she gives me a response back like it's kind of not the most compassionate.
Like, nice excuse, asshole?
Yeah, yes. That was kind of the vibe.
Because she probably thought you got sick from, like, drinking. Like, you partied.
She thought I was flaking on her.
So you were going, you're just using sickness as an excuse.
Later on, I
take a picture of the bloody towel and send it to her?
I messaged her in the hospital saying, I just got 5 stitches in my head. And she was like, I thought that was actually just your way of saying you didn't want to hang out again. I was like, no, I'm currently with an IV. It was a fucking nightmare. Anyway, luckily, my friends who were in town came and they saved my goddamn life.
Yeah, no joke. I'm so
happy
happy
there was
were there.
a wonderful nurse that came and she helped me go to the hospital.
Oh.
And I get to the hospital. They did the most amount of scans and x-rays and tests you could possibly imagine. There was a language barrier, which made it difficult for me to comprehend what the fuck was going on. Because the doctor came in and he was trying to communicate with me in English, but he did this thing where he would pause in the worst places possible.
Oh, like, where do we see that?
On Arrested Development.
Yeah,
It sounded like the guy on Arrested
Yeah.
Development. First he goes, okay, I did the stitches. He puts these 5 stitches in my head. And I go, how did it go? And he goes, I did beautiful work.
Oh, well, that's good.
He goes, but I'm more concerned with what's inside. And I'm like, you keep that shit to yourself.
Oh, now, by the way, this is where I came in, by the way.
Yes.
Because your friend, who's a doctor that you called, I decided to call him myself. Because I didn't trust you giving me any kind of explanation of what your doctor said.
I FaceTimed with you right after
I remember you
this fall
FaceTiming. I literally thought you were goofing around with me. Until you showed me a towel with blood on it, and I realized that was not a joke.
Holy shit.
But anyway.
Were you concerned?
Was I concerned? I literally...
Did I seem out of it?
I had you look at me in the eyes, and I was looking to see if your pupils were dilated. That's the only thing I knew. If you had a concussion, that your pupils are going to dilate, and they didn't seem dilated. But yes, I was fucking concerned, and then I didn't want to express my concern to you, so I was trying to be cool, you know. Oh, you'll be fine.
Jesus Christ.
And then I hang up with you, and immediately I text your friend who's a doctor. I'm like, call me.
Oh my God.
So he calls me, and I go, just tell me. I'm very concerned. He goes, well, it's not good. Oh my God. I literally saw like my life's, like without you. I mean, I went, it was a horrible for anyone with anxiety to hear your son is not good. It's probably I don't think he meant it. The sound is not, he went, well, it's not good. I'm like, not good.
Not good.
And then I started Googling brain injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this doctor, finally, he comes back after doing a CT scan and he goes, so your CT scan is okay. I was like, what do you mean by okay?
Oh my God.
What do you mean by okay? He's
Meaning that you're not going to die, but you may not live.
yeah.
Okay.
And he goes, it's okay. And I was like, no, that's good? Like, he goes, it's okay.
Okay.
I think he was trying to say it's good.
Well, how about saying bien? How about bien? Bien means good.
Bien. Bien is good.
Yeah. So
I could have gone with bien.
Oh,
Instead, I got an okay. And then he was like, your heart, though, something is wrong with it.
yeah.
So now I got to worry about that shit.
There's nothing wrong with your heart. You had an anxiety attack, probably.
I don't think so. There was some serious abnormalities on my EKG. Anyway,
They
I
did
get
They
home.
did a CAT scan on your head, right?
Yeah, they did this CAT scan on my head. They
That's
did an
all I
X-ray on my
care about.
spine. Why are you smiling?
I was thinking about when they did a CAT scan on my head when I fainted.
Of course.
And they did a CAT scan, and she said, I can't do the CAT scan. I said, why? She goes, because you have extensions in your hair, and it's going to fuck up our machine because they're magnetic.
Oh, my God.
So I never got the CAT scan. I'm glad you got the CAT scan.
Well, you never got the CAT scan?
No. How can I scan it when I'm not taking out my extensions?
Oh, my God.
Well,
Anyway.
This was a while ago. I don't have
So
extensions.
I'm battered and bruised.
Well, wait a
and,
second. So what's the story with the heart thing then? What do you,
I don't know. I got to get that shit checked out.
it was okay.
It was the CT scan was okay. The heart was abnormal, is what he'd like to say.
I mean, I did feel good that you had two doctor friends coming.
Yeah, thank God. The moral of the story is get friends who are doctors.
I 100%
That
agree.
is what you need to do.
Yeah. I think Ray Romano did a whole sketch on it. At certain ages, you need like a divorce lawyer, and certain ages, you need doctor friends.
Yeah. And so luckily, my head is healed. My bowels are still trying to come back. So I finally went to the wedding.
Yeah. How was the wedding?
It was very fun, except the whole time I was clenching my ass together. During the ceremony.
Why didn't you just put a cork in there?
During the ceremony, I literally had to leave afterwards to see if I sharded.
You sharded?
I think I sharded during the ceremony.
Well, remember we were thinking you should get a white tux? Thank God you didn't get the white tux. The white tux would have been a very bad call.
Very bad call. Very bad call. Anyway, let's get back to the...
Wait, so what happened? Did you shart?
No, I don't think I'm...
You needed diapers.
I know. Seriously.
You needed some Depends.
And then, so I'm in there with a friend. I started drinking at that point. And...
Well, why not? It can't get worse.
Right. I'm in the bathroom, a packed bathroom. A lot of Spanish speakers and my friend.
Oh my
And I'm
God.
at the urinal, and I said to my friend aloud, I'm trying so hard not to shit myself right now.
Okay, that's very bizarre for
And-
people to hear.
At
People
the
around
urinal.
you run out. All of a sudden, there's a mass exodus out of the bathroom.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, I hear a voice that says, try your hardest.
What?
Yeah, because I said I'm
was
trying
that?
really hard not to shit myself. And then I hear, try your hardest.
From one of the stalls?
From one of the stalls, my doctor friend
He's in there?
is in there. I was dying. It was a very fun wedding, very scary event, and I'm grateful to be alive.
I'm grateful you're alive, too.
Yes.
Especially after falling. You told me you only fell like once. And then during the course of the conversation, you said, well, the second fall.
There were 3 faintings.
And then later on, I hear there was 3 falls.
3 faintings. 2 of them were falls.
Oh, I didn't understand.
Well, I was
that.
seated for one of them.
Oh.
Terrible. Anyway,
Well, the moral of the story is not all the other stuff that you just said. You got to start hydrating.
I was hydrating, Mother. I was just shitting it all out. What?
It's enough to give me a heart attack.
I might be having a heart attack given that my abnormal EKG.
It's okay.
Can we talk about kissing for a second?
Oh, yeah. How was your kiss?
The kiss was phenomenal.
What made it phenomenal?
I keep going back to this. Why was it so good? There are some leading ideas here. Number 1, she could have just been a very intuitive kisser.
There is such a thing as an intuitive kisser.
Yeah.
It's someone who can follow like a dance.
Yes.
Kind of know ahead of time.
Knows her body, knows how to touch. Yeah, that type of thing.
Okay.
There's another idea, which is like we just might have had very compatible kissing styles.
Or lips.
Because remember when I hooked up with I think on the show we called her Doris.
Okay.
We kissed, and she said it was very unusual to kiss me. It felt like there was like Nora Jones playing in the background.
It's not good.
Incompatible kissing styles.
Yeah,
I'll
that
tell you that
sounds
much.
like it was way too romantic.
It was episode 97, the most open sex debrief ever, if you want to listen to that fucking debacle. But in this situation, she matched my level of intimacy in some way.
Do you attribute that to having years on the show, learning about?
No, I've always
You haven't
been intimate
changed your
like this.
kissing style.
I'm not. No, I don't. No.
So
It's-
what
but
would you
sometimes
describe in 3 words? What would you describe your kissing style?
Very, very, very delicate and sensual.
Okay, you're not into that like rough, like sticking your tongue down the person's throat.
No.
Spitting in each other's mouth.
I mean, if the circumstances allow
Biting
for it,
each
but
other's
typically,
lips.
Typically, the first kiss, no. I'm there trying to experience it. And if it's met with the same delicacy, I'll actually feel these sensations of like insane, like energetic pulses in my head and all sorts of weird shit, which is what I experienced.
I'm glad. So this is another Kristen Walker experience.
Oh my God.
For those of you guys who do not know who that is and you haven't been following the show for 6 years, this was an experience Cam had when how old were you?
I must have been 13.
12 or 13 years old. He goes,
Why do you ask me you say,
I'm
how
at-
old are you? I said
roughly
13. You said
some
12 or 13.
Prepubescence.
Okay.
That's all. Anyway, you want to tell him what happened?
We would take these cruises as a family, and inevitably I would fall in love with someone who I spoke 2 words to, as the young romantic that I was. I'd spend the whole time trying to see if I could find this girl again on the 1,000-person cruise.
We knew one thing. Her name was Kristen Walker.
So on this
somewhere in the Midwest.
She lived in Missouri.
And this is pre-Facebook or any of those kind of social media things to track people down.
I had AOL directory. Which I
directory.
could try to find her screen name. I looked at all the Kristen Walkers within the Missouri area. Couldn't find her. Still looking for her. If you're listening, Kristen, please let me know because I felt like we really had a wonderful connection.
Do you think she would be a sensual kisser?
Yeah, I think so. Kristen and I, we shared about 2 sentences, and from those I could tell that's a sensual motherfucker.
I can tell you that I don't think I'm a sensual kisser.
You're not?
No,
You're
I
rough,
like that, like
passion,
rough and
passionate, yeah.
rough, passionate.
I could get
Not
like
not
that.
wet, not like that Saint Bernard slobbering thing. I hate that. I hate someone just drooling in my mouth. It's disgusting.
For the record, I can get like that, but the circumstances need to allow for it.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, I wouldn't say I would do that every time with that before I even meet somebody. I wouldn't just,
Right.
expect someone to throw me up against the wall.
So it's very interesting. Or it could have been, just the conversation that flowed into it.
I think it was a little bit of that too,
Yeah.
because it seems like you had a good conversation. It was a romantic setting. You had a nice little meal, and sounds pretty good.
It was a great experience.
It's actually kind of what you manifested.
I didn't manifest the whole diarrhea and
You didn't manifest fainting and almost falling down a flight of stairs.
Right. In fact, I made one of my intentions to remain safe, COVID-wise, and
I like that.
personal safety.
I'm very happy that you decided to maintain safety as a priority.
Well, it didn't obviously work.
I never thought you would not, considering I've been with you on many occasions when the fight or flight response was rare form.
Yes.
Moral of the story is, did you listen to your mother when she said do not eat any raw fruits and vegetables?
I did, and I still shit my brains out.
All right, you know what you said to me on the phone, by the way?
What?
I think I'm going to go out and get one of those green smoothies. I almost had a heart attack, okay? I'm like, what? The worst thing you could do is go get some raw
needed
green.
any sort of nutrients.
Do you realize adding that to the mix might have
At that point,
killed
I didn't
you?
give a flying fuck.
Did you have blood coming out of your anus?
No, I didn't.
I had that.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well, what? Ew.
I had
That's a different thing.
That was a different parasite from poultry, apparently.
Yeah.
Bad turkey or something.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, I almost died too.
Yeesh. Do you have any other insights around why are some kisses good, others are bad?
I want to ask Sneaky Freaks.
And why aren't we talking about this more? You think a kiss is a kiss? They're completely different for me. Completely different.
A kiss
So it's like
is-
almost having what's a good analogy here?
a house is not a home.
I literally could be kissing a wall sometimes. That's how fucking muted my senses are relative to
Do you
feeling
think it's
fireworks
because you're
and shit
like a very,
that.
very sensitive person?
Yes.
So you have to have all the components in line. It's like
Yeah,
has
it
to
needs
be
to
like
be a perfect
fit.
confluence of events.
Yep. Well, hopefully that'll happen much more often now that you had one.
I think it's happened only a handful of times in my life.
and it usually happens when you know you're not going to see the person again.
That's
so.
not true. My last girlfriend I had that experience with. That's how I knew I wanted to be in a relationship with her.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
true.
think the first kiss is extremely important.
Very important.
It tells you right away if there's not compatibility. I can tell you that much.
Do you think so? You think that if I'm kissing wallpaper, that it's not going to change over the time?
It's not going to change.
Really?
Yeah. No. You can't teach kissing. Can't teach fucking
It's
either.
not a teaching. It's a compatibility.
It's an intuitiveness.
It's an intuitiveness.
Yeah.
I still can get aroused when kissing the wallpaper.
Thank you for sharing that.
It's just not the
You
same.
can get aroused from watching paint peel.
Yeah, I mean, I really,
You're
I'm
a
still
heightened
happy to
sense
have sex with when I feel the wallpaper, but it's just like it's a completely I feel like I'm on drugs the other time. It's night and day.
And then the other thing about kissing is that if you're kissing a new person for the first time, it's different than if you've been in a relationship for 13 and a half years. It's not going to be the same.
So yeah, that's an interesting question too. Do you lose the fireworks over time?
Sometimes, but sometimes not. Sometimes
It can reignite.
it can, a little flame can be entered, especially if Quaaludes are involved.
Oh my god!
Just kidding.
Do you
Just
think
kidding.
it could deepen? You think that it could even get more intense the more you know someone?
I would hope so.
Do you know what I'm even talking about?
Yes, I do.
You've experienced the fireworks in the head?
I've had fireworks many a time. As a matter of fact,
Are you
I would
sure?
say more
See,
often than not, I wanted the fireworks of kissing more than having sex. So I would be delusional to think I'd go back to some place with some guy. We have this great makeout session, and then I'm thinking he'll let me say, see you tomorrow. Nah, it doesn't work that way. Always someone pressuring me to go further.
Yeah. In this situation, I was fine cutting it off there.
You're a sensitive person. The guys that I was with were not so sensitive.
Yeah.
They were more like,
Well, I think
let me go on down further down this route.
If I don't feel the fireworks from the kiss, I know that there will be fireworks in my pants. if we need to go through the wallpaper and everything.
Wait, I gotta write that down somewhere.
What?
Fireworks in my pants.
Fireworks in my pants. Because it's almost like I could tell how I feel about the person by how aroused I get, where I'm getting aroused.
Okay.
Anyway. I don't think you fully understand what I'm going for.
I do.
What percent of your kisses do you experience the fireworks?
Right now?
No, not right now, but in your life.
I told you lots of times.
Yeah, so that's why I don't think we're talking about the same
all
thing.
right. Too many
It
fireworks.
can't possibly. Your batting average is way too high for it to be the same thing. I would like to know from the sneaky freaks. Do you know what I'm talking about with the energetic fucking third eye shit going on?
Maybe I am an energetic person.
You're just constantly feeling the third eye opening up.
If I am with the right person.
Yeah, but everyone sounds like the right person for you.
No, I've had
Yeah.
experiences that have been slobbery, disgusting, drooling dog-like experiences, and those are not good.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I mean,
Do you say something about what do you do with the drooling dog?
Get the fuck away. I have to wipe my mouth. Ugh, it's so repulsive. I can't stand it.
Do you kiss the person again?
No,
Have you
it's
ever done
over.
two drooling
It's
dogs?
completely over.
So
no.
you don't get the fireworks in the pants.
No.
No.
This is all pre-COVID shit. I can't even imagine how I'd feel if drooling was going on during COVID.
Yeah. How much tongue are you actually using in the kiss?
Do you remember Nina Hartley telling us that you should make it so tiny?
Tiny tongue.
Tiny.
Yes.
Nina Hartley.
A little
who
bite.
does this for a
do like
living.
a little nibbling.
Nibbling on the lip.
A little nib. Oh, I remember. Oh my fucking god! I remember. I made out with someone who bit me so fucking hard every time we kissed. I was like, we literally had to break up because of it. Because I was like, you're biting, you're teething on my fucking lip.
It's like the Buddy the dog.
It's too
he
much.
does that. Buddy bit my lip, and I looks like I have a lip ring now.
That's exactly right. I can't
You have
do
to
that.
stay away from puppy. That's called puppy kisses.
I don't like that at all.
Cam, let me tell you a little bedtime story.
Okay.
I was having difficulty sleeping with my partner because he snored so much.
Yes, I'm very aware of this problem.
So I came up with this brilliant idea.
What?
Why don't we get another Helix mattress and put it in a different room, and we can both sleep peacefully apart?
Is that amazing?
We re-upped on Helix.
Helix Sleep is our mattress of choice because they give you a quiz that asks you a bunch of questions about the way you sleep and your body. If you wake up in the morning with aches, if you like to sleep on your back, they figure out the best mattress exactly for you. And they will send it to you. You don't need to go into a store and start bartering. I'll tell you, when I first moved to LA, I went to a store and I had to haggle for about 3 hours with this slimy haired Fucking douchebag.
Okay, but besides that, you don't have to walk into stores and lay down on their COVID-19 mattresses filled with germs.
If you don't believe us, they have been rated as the best overall mattress by both Wired Magazine and GQ. You have 100 nights to try it out. If you don't like it, they'll pick it up for you.
And a 10-year warranty.
And right now, Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattresses and 2 free pillows. Just go to helixsleep.com/sextalk. That's helixsleep.com/sextalk for up to $200 off and 2 free pillows. You know we like it because we're going for round 2. When I was in Mexico, I used the hotel's shampoo and conditioner, and I will tell you, my hair has never felt more like the end of a broom in my entire life.
Okay, apparently you did not bring your Pros products.
I did not, and I regret that.
Pros is the world's most personalized hair care. No two people have the same type of hair. You need to get special products customized just for you.
They give you a quiz and they ask you very detailed questions, even about your diet. Like what you're eating has an effect on your hair, and they take that into consideration when creating the perfect formula for your head. I told them I eat as many carrots as a tiny little rabbit, and they take that into consideration for my hair care.
I use their pre-shampoo mask to protect my hair. I used curl cream for lively lengths and hydration and anti-frizz.
I mean, you can even customize the fragrance they use. If you want to smell like a nice gardenia, sandalwood, musk, you can make it smell like that.
I just like the idea that it's customized to you specifically, because you go to the store and you don't know what to choose.
Yeah, and if you're not 100% positive that Pros is the best hair care you've ever had, they will take the products back. No questions asked. Pros is the healthy hair regimen with your name all over it. Take your free in-depth hair consultation and get 15% off your first order today. Go to pros.com/sneaky. That's PROSE.com/sneaky for your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off.
Well, I think we need to move on a little bit.
All right.
Only because I'm not bored at all, but I have some funny things to tell you.
What?
Well, it involves your little crush, Riley Reid.
Oh, God. Riley Reid.
Riley Reid.
You gave me her fleshlight. I later tried to create a podcast with her.
And she's arguably one of the most famous porn stars right now, correct?
Yeah, she is probably the most famous porn star right now.
I had never really even heard of her until we started looking into this. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I happened to be in the hot tub of my building.
Okay.
And I'm talking to this adorable couple.
Okay.
Some guy that lives here and his girlfriend or person that he's with. And she mentions that she was doing a catering at a wedding of Riley Reid. I just heard Riley, and then I heard porn star. Oh, no, she said something about that the bride, after the vows were given, took off her dress. I just heard this. And, of course, Miss Busybody that I am, I'm like, are you by any chance mentioning Riley Reid?
Are you mentioning?
And she said, yes. I said, well, that's a coincidence, isn't it? And then we started talking about things because she was in catering and blah, blah, blah. But she said she's been offered to sell pictures of her feet.
Oh, who hasn't?
Well, that's what I said. Who hasn't? And then we did a one-up. Well, has this ever happened?
Oh, God.
And, of course, I won the one-up by telling him.
What?
That I got offered to sell my fucking shit and piss. I tell this to them. They are floored. Okay?
Oh, yeah. They didn't know what they were getting involved with.
They did not know what I did, what kind of podcast I host. I see this guy constantly. Now all he keeps talking about is the champagne nectar and scat caviar.
I like that.
Now that's my new reputation.
So Riley Reid took off her dress at her wedding.
She did a flashing.
That's great.
She married a stunt double.
Oh, wow.
Are you feeling a little jealousy?
A little?
Yeah.
Did you tell me that while I was in the hospital?
Yes.
I thought I have like this vague memory of you
I
saying,
said, remind me to tell you about Riley Reid.
Yeah.
While you're on your deathbed.
I know. I'm in the hospital on your phone with you, and you said, remind me to tell you about Riley Reid.
Well,
I just
figured
remembered this.
Even you with 3 concussions and 3 fainting spells would remember this more than me.
Oh, my God.
I can't
this is
remember
all you could care about.
That's all I could remember. Otherwise, I'm going to forget it.
I've got a fucking IV going into one arm. They're pulling blood from the other. They're asking questions, and you're telling me about Riley Reid.
Yeah. Well, we got the priorities of this podcast. The sneaky freaks, their top priority, not whether or not you faint and hit your head 3 times.
Oh my God. You said you had a crazy party weekend.
I had a crazy party weekend. I think everybody just made up for like not having any fun times throughout the whole year in our building. So the whole building was out.
Wow.
And it was a fun time for KLP over here.
What
I
was
was
it like?
flitting around like a butterfly, just
Oh my
talking to
God.
everybody nonstop, especially because I had a few drinks in me. I drank a pickle shot.
A pickle shot? A
It's
pickleback?
Yeah, that's what it is. A pickleback. Pickleback.
You took shots
I guess I did.
of whiskey?
Whiskey with a pickle juice.
Oh, wow.
I didn't do shots. I did one because I already was drinking wine.
Oh, God. This
and
must have been a
someone else
disaster. You
made
must
me
have been hammered.
Yeah. It was not hammered. I actually, because I don't like getting headaches.
Did you smoke weed?
No, I did not.
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
I like that your knee-jerk reaction is a little.
I I have to remember because at some point I remember drinking champagne as well. So it was
Jesus
nutty,
Christ.
nutty as time, but I was feeling as my old self again.
It's going to be very fun to watch everyone come back out of quarantine.
I was talking to your brother and his girlfriend, and they were like saying how they feel a lot of pressure because now that they're out of quarantine, they feel like they have to be doing everything that they couldn't do when they were in it, and they have to say yes to all the social plans, and it's a lot of pressure. Now, I don't have that pressure because I have 0 friends here. But
we had someone actually say that, this is Marley who texted us. She said, I'm really glad I'm not the only one who feels socially challenged these days. I'm not sure if it's going to go away from me or if I instead have permanently removed FOMO from my life as a result of the pandemic.
yeah,
I've seen the other side. Maybe there's no going back.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is someone who's having a different experience than Jangle and Jangle.
Well, I've also had this experience, which I'm glad someone wrote down. Embracing social awkwardness, okay to be clumsy with words after a year and a half of isolation. What?
That's literally what we talked about the whole last episode.
I understand that, but the fact that I'm not having Alzheimer's disease is very helpful.
What?
Well, that's what I thought. I was having Alzheimer's disease because I was stumbling over my words.
Yes. Yeah. We're acclimating back quite nicely, I'd say. All right. Moving right along to
Mom's news.
Mom's news. Mom's news. Mom's news segment of our show where my mother shares earth-shattering, groundbreaking, need-to-know info. Mother, hit it.
Believe it or not, this was someone sent me this in our family.
Me.
You.
The fuck, believe it or not.
So I didn't get this on the Mirror or any of the other very informative publications. But it says an elderly male sex doll has been created by sex robot company Real Doll.
Real Doll, who I met at the AVN convention one year. By the way, I think a sneaky freak sent this article to us.
Well, thank you for that because I think this is very newsworthy. The gray-haired robot has been made at the request of a customer and was posted on the firm's Instagram account.
Look at that.
Now, I'm looking at this guy. He's not bad looking, but honestly, he ain't my cup of tea.
And it looks like there's like a Brad Pitt looking like guy in the background there. You see that? That face?
That's a far cry from Brad Pitt.
Okay, these are sex robots, Mom.
Now, if somebody was smart, they would make a whitey,
Oh my God.
a whitey 18.
Jesus Christ.
For those of you guys who don't know who this is, he is a superstar model. Now he signed a modeling car, but it's not even his looks. It's the way he makes these little winks and rolls his eye
Mom,
back.
we're not going there again.
I'm just saying, why don't they make a whitey doll instead of this old man doll?
I was going to
Elderly male
thought
doll.
when I saw this, you were going to be so excited about this because it's an elderly male who hasn't lost his sex drive and his sexuality.
Let me say something.
Huh.
This male has a very mean look on his face. He does
How
not.
do you know this?
He looks extremely unhappy. He looks sad. He looks pathetic, and he looks like he's wearing pajamas, like he's in a fucking. He's like in an elderly nursing home or something like that. So this is not. Who
do you think requested this? You know, it could have been this old woman who had like a dying, dead husband who. She was just
I
trying
was
to
thinking
recreate.
it was a young gay guy who's into daddy.
Oh, that could be too.
That's what I'm
He
going
does.
with.
This guy looks like he's really on his way out, though.
He doesn't look happy. He's got like deep trenches in his face. He needs some Juvederm in those pouches there.
Juvederm.
He needs some fillers in there. He needs to pump his whole entire bottom, his chin up, and put a smile on his face.
Would you fuck this doll, Mom?
No, I would not fuck him because he looks like a sad, just unhappy person. If I'm going to fuck someone, they at least have to have some joie de vivre.
Would you fuck a sex doll?
I don't even know how to fuck a sex doll.
It would have a dick.
Well, yeah, I probably would.
You'd sit on it.
Wouldn't you?
Would I sit on a sex doll, or would I just fuck I'd fuck a sex doll.
I know. You'd obviously fuck a sex
Yeah,
doll.
fuck my hand. I could fuck a sex doll. I'd fuck a wallpaper over here.
At this point.
Jesus Christ.
Don't tell me.
What?
Is it?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, no.
It's the time of the week you've all been waiting for. That moment when you just perk your dick up and you say, wow, I'm living life. Get ready for your asshole to tingle and your tits to twerk. It's Cam's Uppers.
Oh, my God.
Cam's Uppers is the place to be.
Fun living is the life I see.
It's Cam's Uppers. This is a segment of our show where I share something near and dear to my heart that I've been ruminating on, something that my mother typically finds
Extremely dull.
or
Humdrum and boring. Tantalizing?
Yes, tantalizing. That's what I like to hear. It's Cam's Uppers. Mother, I wanted to talk to you today
Oh, no.
about an experience I had while at the wedding. It was actually the day before the wedding. I got to live a life's dream of mine, which was to perform with a mariachi band.
You've mentioned this. You have mentioned before that you would love to perform with the mariachi band.
I wanting to, and suddenly it was in Mexico. There was a mariachi band that appeared, and I had a decision to make
Where were you at the time?
at this prenuptial dinner.
Yeah.
My friends are all sitting around, and I decide
They're making speeches.
There must be 150 people there.
Oh, my God.
Everyone's making speeches, and then the mariachi band shows up. I have to make a decision.
You
if
did
I'm
a
gonna
5, 4, 3,
live-
2, 1.
Is this your fucking Karen's Uppers?
No, it just dawned on me when you said that. That you must have done a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It was a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I want to expand on this idea.
What is this Karen's uppers?
Yeah. It's more like Karen's downers. Okay. I want to expand on this idea. You really do not get much if you just wait for life to give you some shit. If you want anything, you have to go and ask for it. This is the... Oh, you know what? I'd like... Yeah, I'll stick with this. There was another Cam's Uppers I had.
No, you have
'cause
to.
I've been-
You can no two Cam's uppers. One Cam's uppers. That's enough
The
already.
other thing related to faith. And I
No,
was
we're not
thinking about
doing
faith
faith.
as the
No,
opposite
we're-
of anxiety.
No, we're not doing that right now.
Why not? That was a very important one.
Okay, I'm not arguing about this. You're starting with the mariachi band.
You
you're
just
finishing.
like that because you saw where I was going with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I like that.
And then I thought it was too basic.
It's not basic.
Okay, well,
By the
I
way,
asked if I
You know what's
asked,
basic?
What?
The word that you just use is basic. That's like the in word right
Basic?
now. Yeah.
Basic is basic?
Yeah.
We're not doing this.
Okay.
Okay, so I went up to the mariachi manager and I said, "Hola, can I sing with the crew?" And he was very put off by the question, but he was like, "You want to sing with them?" And I was like, "Yes, I want to sing with them." And he's like, "Okay, let me talk to the capitan.
Yeah. You walked up to like an orchestra and I said, "Oh, can I be your lead
16-piece
singer?"
mariachi band.
Yeah, that takes a lot of balls.
I later found out that this is one of the best mariachi bands in Mexico.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I had no clue. They sounded amazing.
And how did you sound?
Horrible. I really could have used a rehearsal.
You didn't get the rehearsal time?
No, I knew I wanted to sing Canción del Mariachi.
Why?
I love that song. I've been singing that song.
But your whole forte is always La Bamba. Why didn't you pick La Bamba?
I wasn't going to ask for La Bamba. That's basic.
Oh, that's basic. Okay.
Yes. So I wanted to sing Canción del Mariachi. And,
Did they know that song?
well, I started singing it to him. And the Capitan, while the rest of the band is playing a different song, starts like playing on his trumpet, like in the background, like
Isn't it amazing when they can just,
unbelievable.
do
And then he suddenly tells everyone else, and he's like, "Okay, vámonos." And I was like, "Can we do that like later on in the set?" He's like, "Oh no, it's now or never" in Spanish. And I was
Oh
like,
my God.
"Okay."
You just walked right up there and did it.
Suddenly, I'm in the front of the fucking 16-piece mariachi band singing this goddamn song.
Now, I know we have like a little sample somewhere,
You
right?
want me to play it right now?
Yeah, will you do that?
Soy un hombre honrado que me gusta lo mejor. Las mujeres no me van, pero mi amor.
And I continued on. That's the song that goes, ay, 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 amor.
I love
Ay,
it.
mi morena de mi corazón.
I think you sounded great.
No, I didn't. I really could have used a little rehearsal with them, and unfortunately, I didn't get that fucking opportunity.
Well, the nerve.
But this is all to say, you really get what you want if you just go and ask for it.
I love that you did that.
Yeah, it was a very fun experience. It was a life's goal of mine to do that.
It's off your bucket list.
Off the bucket list. Now, can I speak a little about faith and anxiety? What?
No, you
What
cannot.
is that cut?
Next week you can talk about faith and anxiety.
All right,
This
next week
you're
I'm
not
going to talk
talking
about faith and anxiety. And
So
I
if
think
anybody
they're
wants faith and anxiety
the
healing,
opposite.
you're going to do the opposite?
No, I think they are the opposite.
Oh, well, we're not going to get
Because
into
faith
that.
is kind of like you're kind of assuming that it's going to be like the best, things will
Cam?
work out. What?
Next time.
That's Cam's Uppers. It's a place to be. We had some listener texts we wanted to get to, Mother.
That's what I was looking forward to.
And this is a segment that we like to call Just the Tip. Just the Tip. We're coming at you with some uninformed advice. Get ready for it, Mother.
Yeah, we just speak off the cuff.
The first question out the gate is from someone who says, any tips for pregnancy sex? I find myself really disinterested lately, which comes with some guilt since there will be none once the baby arrives. I feel like I have to hype myself up to want it sometimes. You guys think this is normal? Normally, we're like solid once a weekers, but I'm just finding myself in a rut, unable to get back in the saddle. It seems like the longer the dry spell goes on, the bigger a deal it becomes in my head.
Totally normal.
Totally normal to not want sex as you become more and more pregnant?
Yep, exactly. I remember in my 4th month, I was totally horny. But then as you get bigger and bigger, the last thing you feel like is having something else squish inside there.
You got a bowling ball sitting on your fucking uterus.
Yeah, you were a 9-pound bowling ball. But anyway,
You're not trying to
It's-
fuck with that extra weight on you.
yeah, I wouldn't put too much pressure on yourself right now to have a certain amount of sex. You got the rest of your life together. Just don't worry about it.
I was just reading about an indigenous tribe where they actually think that when you're pregnant, they try to get you more and more and more semen in there. It's like life force to help the baby out.
Now that to me sounds like a crack of you-know-what. But anyway, I just think that people place too much emphasis on quantity of sex instead of quality of sex. And if you don't feel it, why don't you just play around and do intimate things like give each other massages?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, don't worry so much.
She's saying that she feels a lot of guilt.
Yeah, don't worry about that either.
The guy can go, who cares? I've gone fucking 9 months without even masturbating, I think.
I think you can go 9 years.
Yeah.
No,
seriously.
I don't think you have to worry about it. I would say that if you're concerned about, the guilt issue, then talk to your partner about it and see what the person has to say.
And it seems like the longer the dry spell goes on, the bigger a deal it becomes in my head, is what she says.
I think it's like if you haven't talked to someone in a long time and you're like, oh, I got to go call this person up. It's going to be a long time. It's
Yep.
going to be a whole big deal. Nonsense.
Yeah, it'll be much more casual once you actually have the conversation.
Yeah. And by the way, so you might actually have some time once the baby's born to have some sex.
Yeah,
Okay.
is that true that once the baby is born, you never want to have sex?
That's not true, although I at times definitely felt that way. You don't want one other thing grabbing at your ankles. But,
Your ankles?
it really depends on the person. Some people get really horny after they have a baby. Just don't worry about it.
Where do you put the baby when you're fucking?
In the bassinet or wherever, in the crib.
In the room?
In the crib.
You fuck with the baby in the room?
I fucked when you were 4 months old. I
Oh.
mean, 4 years old.
Oh.
We fucked when you were 4 years old in the room on a vacation.
What the fuck?
You just do it very quietly under a blanket.
What the fuck?
Why not? What are you going to do? Wait.
4 years is old. I'm
You were
speaking at that point.
You were sound asleep. Don't worry. You didn't know anything.
What is this? I'm fucking sharing a room with fucking college roommates or something? They're fucking next to me? I wake up to that shit? This is probably why I never have sex.
It has to be.
All right.
Blame it on your parents.
I hope that helps you with the pregnancy question. We got another question from Joe who says, if an older woman seeing a young man is called a cougar, what is an older man who sees a younger woman called?
We already talked about this. The silver fox.
The silver fox.
I don't know. I just made that up.
Okay.
Joe, the point is you're not a cougar just because you're older. It's a whole mentality.
It's a whole mentality.
It's a whole confident, older, unique, genuine, assertive, and racy woman mentality.
You know what I realized? I think I need someone...
You need a cougar.
I need someone who really understands himself, who wants to fucking go to town.
Oh, I'm glad you want.
Not someone
you
who's
wanna
just
go
like
to town
figuring it out.
Yeah, you don't want a young nubile chick that just
Nubile.
someone who just learned how to masturbate. You need
a lot of
someone
guys fantasize about that, like the
Yeah.
young co-ed.
Yeah, what do you think? In terms of your friends, how many of them like the younger girls versus how many like the older girls?
I don't know the answer to that question, actually. I mean, most of my friends are in relationships with
No, I'm
people
saying
their age.
prior to this whole thing.
Like if they're fantasizing. I don't know what they're fantasizing about. I have no idea.
I know your friends, some of them have told me that they've seen older women for some time.
Maybe a couple. All right. Moving right along, Mother. This is from Denise, who says, this is a very important one. I would like to star this one, actually.
Star it.
Yeah, she says, Cam's uppers this past week was very interesting to me.
Oh, no.
Not boring, Karen Lee.
Oh.
Thank you, Cam, for sharing the story of the eye patch.
Oh.
You need to be doing more Cam's uppers.
Wait a second.
And perhaps you should have the entire show be Cam's uppers.
Okay, you added all that. I'm looking. There's nothing about you need to do more of that. She just said the last episode was interesting to her because of your eye patch.
Yeah. And I think it was implied that she wants to see an entire episode
I don't
worth of
think
Cam's
it was
uppers.
any way implied. There was nothing of the sort. Denise, we hear you, and we're sticking with the program.
Thank you, Denise. I will plan to do 2 points next week for Cam's uppers. I will plan in advance.
Oh, God.
Okay. We had another comment over here. This actually is directed to you from Johnny H.
Oh.
She says, Karen Lee, I want to apologize to you.
Oh, excuse me.
I wrote a while back about how I felt you were kind of judgmental about some people's yums. Well, I'm still binge listening, and I feel I know you better now, and I get to know you both more and more with each episode. I've come to realize that, yes, sometimes you don't quite understand some people's kinks, but you always accept them and sometimes change your mind about them. You both are great people, and I'm very sorry for my prior judgment.
Well, I feel sorry that in any way, or shape, or form made you feel uncomfortable with my judgments about your kinks. But I'm glad that once you got to know me better, you realized that I'm pretty open-minded.
Yeah. Would you say you're open-minded with the scat caviar? Eating the shit?
The guy that wanted to buy my shit, I only thought, well, I can make some money, especially after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's my joke. No, I'm not interested in anything eating scat caviar. Anyone eating mine or me eating theirs. Or, in addition to that, anybody shitting on my chest or vice versa. That's called a Cleveland steamer.
You don't like the shit on the chest. You don't like poop play.
I don't like anything with scat,
But even
poop.
you cannot like something and still be okay if someone else wants to do it.
Somebody wants to do it, that's fine. Just make sure that you use a lot of soap and water around the area that you're playing.
I think that's where after 6 years of fucking sex podcasting with you, I think that where I've discovered is that I don't give a flying fuck what anyone is into. If they want to do it and it doesn't harm someone else in a non-consensual way, then fucking go for it.
I think you're right. That's what one of the main benefits of this podcast has been. We hear all kinds of shit, no pun intended, and we don't judge anybody. Can you imagine if you were into scat play right now with your diarrhea?
Oh my God,
You'd be having a
over
field
the
day.
moon. Over the moon.
But I mean, she's right that my judgments have definitely changed over the years too. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember before I did the podcast, a friend of mine said that her boyfriend wanted to get inside her panties while she was in it with him.
Yeah.
And I thought that was bizarre.
Yeah.
I thought there was something wrong with that guy, you know? And now I'm thinking, that's fucking vanilla.
Like
the society's judgments has actually changed about all this.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I think we're way more open to all sorts of different kink and fetish, and we're much more sex positive, I'd say, than when we began.
I love it.
Yeah, we are. Okay, well, I'm glad. Thank you for that very sweet, thoughtful message.
It's nice to hear that.
Thank you, Johnny. Okay, that's the end of Just the Tip, Mother.
Just the tip.
I want to thank our newest patron, Ray. Hello.
Hello. We love our patrons.
Welcome to the family, Ray.
Ray, thank you for joining us on Patreon. It's patreon.com/sex talk with my mom if you want to join.
We get texts from people saying, how do I support the show? We love it. If you want to help us out, that is a very easy, fun way to help us out. You'll get access to a bunch of bonus content, to a community of like-minded sneaky freaks on our Discord channel, and we'll do monthly Zoom calls with you. And you'll support us emotionally by supporting us at patreon.com/sex talk with my mom.
And you're almost guaranteed a response from one of us if you message us on Patreon, because we love our patrons.
That's right. I also love everyone who's left us a review and a rating wherever you're listening to this podcast, and I'd like to read one, Mother. This actually happens to be from Johnny H.
No way.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
Absolutely the best podcast out there. Cam and his mom, Karen Lee, keep me laughing out loud all day long during work. I wait anxiously each week for the new episode to come out, and the rest of the days I spend binge listening to the old episodes. I'm sad now because I've almost caught up to current episodes, so I don't know what I'll do for my eargasms when I'm finished. Keep up the good work, you two. It's a blast and informational as well. 5 stars, Johnny H. Johnny H, that review is fucking 5 stars.
That is a beautiful review, and I especially like the reference to eargasms.
I'm so happy that you're enjoying this at work and that it's brightening your day. That's all we can hope for. So,
And if you guys have not written a review, or if you want to update your reviews, go to ratethispodcast.com/sex talk with my mom.
no,
Go to ratethispodcast.com/sex.
no.
Go
Is
to
this a joke?
Yes? I mean, no, it wasn't a joke.
Go.
I forgot. ratethispodcast.com/mom.
Bingo. What the hell was that?
I forgot. Okay, but just go there.
All right.
And
Thank you
make
for
it-
everyone who's left us a review.
Leave a review because the reviews really help us out.
Yes. Thank you so much. All right. I think it's time to wrap it up, Mother.
Oh, boy.
Wrap it up, Mother.
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and having fireworks in your little panties.
Oh, I see what you're doing there.
Oh, yeah, I took notes.
You took notes. That's good. All right.
We love you guys. Keep listening.
Bye.
Keep having eargasms.
Eargasms.